So I'm listening to sound right now. I've got this set from 0 hertz to 50 kilohertz. We see this activity kind of stopping right before 25 kilohertz. At least that's what it looks like here. And that loud rumbling plane noise I just proved is actually digital sound being transmitted right around this range here. So, once again, 100% proof with scientific equipment that this is a noise harassment campaign, not natural plane sounds that I'm being harassed with. Subliminal messaging. That's a stream of communication. Wideband FM. Turning these filters off, you hear an additional noise harassment That's at the same exact tempo of the plane sound that I'm hearing. pulsing in frequencies and hitting me in the chest, making it really breathe. So this is a real-time attack actually on my respiratory system. So this is a real-time attack on my respiratory system. It is Wednesday, 12:23 p.m. It is January 10th, 2024. And with that additional intensity that they just transmitted, you could feel it in your chest. It was like essentially having your oxygen removed from your room with how much they were just shooting into my chest. And that's their communication as well. So both are being done by the same entity. Not very much thought has been put into this torture program today. Because you see, the same people that are transmitting the subliminal messaging just got caught transmitting a super strong sound density that actually made it difficult to breathe. And another plane sound is being played right now, so let's turn the volume up and listen to that. So that's starting at 0 hertz, that plane sound, because it's going to be in low frequency sound. So that's super dangerous for our ears. That's why I've got these bitches on. So the FBI is paying this woman, LF, over here at 1818, to wage this torture program on me. And I'm not a dumb person. Like, I can tell that this noise harassment campaign is happening from her residence. You know what I mean? So it's a proximity attack. The same as the Wi-Fi rickrolling is what it's called. When you spoof that many networks on a thing, but they just put them all as hidden. So there's a video on my most important videos about RF harassment where a person uses a directional antenna on a flipper 0 to do that sort of Wi-Fi attack. And that is essentially the same type of thing that happens with that. So now I've got scientific proof on a software-defined radio that this is happening, scientific proof on a spectrum analyzer that other radio frequency pulsing is happening from that house at a dangerously strong level, extremely dangerously strong level. And then there's proof of the hacking happening from a proximity attack that is clearly illegal. I reported it to the IC3 and they did nothing about it. And then that further proves that I'm a non-investigative subject. So this is all proved, and I've been harassed with various different forms of this ever since I was 16 years old. So they really cranked it on me in the last 10 years. But it's been bad the whole time that this has been happening to me and to American citizens. They try to create depressive brain states. They literally are attacking our brain and our biology with this ionizing radiation that leaves little to no trace unless you've got something like this running. So then it's even more weird or sus that I get my shit banned and their sock puppet accounts that everybody knows is the same affiliated entities that are trying to say, oh no, that's not what's happening. No, this is Dr. Allan Frey's study, and then another study from another person that said how dangerous low frequency noise is. Noise is a weapon. So low frequency sound like this, you can't block it. There's nothing you can do about it really, except for report it and catch it like this. So when they're running a noise harassment campaign with these low frequency sounds, that video on my channel that's on my page right there from the professor talking about how noise is a weapon, infrasound. And it talks about how this is something you cannot block. Obviously a stream of female communication, and that's what I'm harassed with constantly, as well as these very deep ultrasounds that are at the same time that planes are going overhead to try to add to their plausible deniability. So this is a modern harassment campaign. This is not minor. So once again, this is just sound, listening to sound card in the environment. And there's a stream of female speech here happening that's being blasted into my environment. That if I mute this, you'd have no idea it's happening. There's just a high-pitched ringing in my ears. And then they talk to me whenever they want or do whatever sort of attacks that they want. But it's, the majority of this right now is being done in radio frequency and in noise or sound, low frequency sound. And then there, you see that there's some kilohertz activity as well here. But you see the main activity here when I put the sound back on, and even prior. This is the same tempo, this is the same stream of communication that I've been harassed with for years. So I'm going to leave this running here. Pulsing in my environment is. I want the right filter. Just put it back on WFM. And you see their communication coming in. So here's 20 minutes more proof of minus 25K to 25K, which is kilohertz, which is ultrasound, audible sound, and infrasound being used as a weapon in a noise harassment campaign. And right now, this person is doing a plane sound. And that's the same person doing this. Because watch, if I could just do it quick enough and then get the sound on. Doesn't that sound like a jet rumbling all the time? Because that's what they're doing. Those little clicks in there are them speaking, and you hear that they're receiving my environment as well. So still being blasted into my room, negative 25 kilohertz to 25 kilohertz, and a hell of a lot of low frequency infrasound activity. Look at the video from Diana Katabi or whatever, the professor that talked about infrasound and ultrasound. If you're going through these low rumbling sounds in your environment, low bass type sounds, or high pitch type sounds, that all has to do with this infrasound and ultrasound. And then the radio frequencies can never be forgotten about either, because that's another way that they can harm us. And I've had this running in the background. If you see this, a lot of my activity I've been able to absorb from having this antenna at crotch level pointed this way. And the second I pick this bitch up, it's got this antenna that's fully extended, so I'm going to move this down beforehand and put it at head level facing the west. I pick up a huge incoming charge, and that's where my brain state deterioration is coming from most of my time. So whenever I do that and treat that as my only source, then this FBI police exclusive small cell starts cranking into my house. And I've recorded that and will continue to record that corrupt ass behavior. It is Wednesday, 2:46 p.m. and right now they're doing another ultrasound plane sound. It's not natural to the environment, and if I pop this back over to USB and put it from 0 hertz onward, you will hear this low rumbling, I guarantee it.